All right, let's get started. I'm just going to go ahead and review the trades for today that were taken using Fabio's strategy. So I'm going to delete these two just because that's new information. Usually I like trading after 10 a.m. Reason being is all the news has come in, so I can actually start figuring out my life. Today, however, I got in a bit later at around 11. Um, your boy wants to sleep in and enjoy himself, so that was actually ended up being nice because I missed some of the chop of this area. I missed like this piece, but I ended up getting this piece. So let's start. Basically, what I started with is I kicked off with the volume profile upwards to this point over here. So I noticed that we had a nice acceptance above value area high. So at this point, I remember it coming down to around here, and that was 11:20. Let me scroll back there. 11:20-ish, right? 25, 11:25. So around here. Yeah, right around here. So it came down to here at around 11:25. It proceeded to eat it a bit lower into these 5-minute areas to 11:30. And at this point, I was honestly kind of terrified of taking this long trade over here. My reason being is we had some buyers up here come in very hard and then proceed to fail downwards. So if anything, I was looking for a short, and I scalped some of the shorts over here, some that you could see that actually had some good delta to scalp off of. So at this point over here at 11:27, we were around this area here. So it's obvious we tried to make a break higher. We didn't even accept higher. Here we at least like accepted a bit higher than this. Here we'd even accept higher. We just had a strong buyer get reversed, some more strong buyers keep it up, and then a red candle. Following that, I took a few trades here. This, for example, is great red delta. So we have the book over here going bearish. That means there were more people sitting and hitting the ask for their limit orders, while strong buyers, aggressive buyers, were coming in and they did not move this candle. So, for example, a short right under here would have worked perfect to carry out. I don't know. I'd say probably first take profit you would want to be around here, so 2660, and then you could trail the second one down. We got down to here, and I didn't really like what was going on at around here. I expected a further break lower. Didn't get it. I actually ended up getting chopped out of whatever profits I did make. And then from there, I was basically back and forth 10 points with the market on this rise up over here. However, the second time we started breaking down after this, I proceeded to once again go short. So I was going long over here, probably around here, honestly. And then I was going short once I saw this come in. Aggressive selling at the bottom, aggressive selling at the bottom. If we move over to where that actually came in from, I can show you the trade that I took, which, kind of just ran for me. So it's coming in here shortly. Okay, perfect. So that what you're looking at right now is the 11:55, 12 o'clock area. So that's around this area over here. And so initially I missed this move lower, but rightfully so. I should be missing this move lower. If anything, up until the 85 point over here, I should only really be looking for longs. So it came down. I didn't really see any reason to go long. I wasn't seeing much good cumulative volume delta and book balance in my favor. However, something that did give me a slight indication was I began seeing these guys get aggressive towards the lows. And I know that we have a huge buying effort over here. So if we think of it by way of auction market theory, we had a huge auction over here. Price is clearly not accepting this price up here. Or sorry, the participants are not accepting this price over here. So when I went short over here, I was honestly expecting just this retest and then more continuation sideways action. But this is why you leave a runner on. because my entry was around here. I get very strong green delta going absolutely nowhere. And by that, I mean like we had 18, 22 contracts hit, price go lower. So someone came in with a 20 contract buy, price went lower. The book, there was someone sitting on the limit order book right up here. And I basically placed my stop loss right here and a sell stop right here. I got triggered in on this candle and then it immediately went against me. Terrifying, I know. But from there, my first take profit was obviously just this recent buyer, seeing if I could actually take my first contract there. I ended up taking it there. Mind you, I was in drawdown. This was like a 66 point trade. Ended up taking first contract here, made around 40 points on this rip lower. The only part that I was a bit upset about was if we go back to here, I got out on this candle, which is completely unacceptable. I mean, I should have been trailing initially, and this is what I was doing, and it was working really well for the first 66 points, was I was just trailing behind these red guys over here. So I saw this. This was my entry area. I got my first take profit. I was trailing behind this guy, then trailing behind this strong seller. And over here, I got greedy. I don't know if it was approaching POC or approaching value area high that made me worried, but I basically started going very tight and aggressive with my trailing stop. The reason why this was wrong was because if we just followed the 1 minute, stayed behind every buyer, we would eventually get taken out. What, here? If we were more conservative, we'd be here, then into the seller that won, and then taken out here. So 40 to 01, that's an extra 60 points. That would have doubled the entire trade size on the day. So that was nice. I then proceeded to take a break for a couple of hours. I was up like 47 odd points at this point. And then I just proceeded to start looking for what happened. So initially, I came back to trading around this time. Lots of chop, right? You'd think you get ripped apart here, but that's the best part about Fabio's thing is I see on balance volume rising, so I know that the total number of contracts long are getting higher and higher. We just rejected off value area low, clearly did not accept this price, came back up. This huge seller is now being retested. Huge buyer, huge seller, huge buyer reverses him. I came in around here. Around this area, it's 1317. Go right on to that. I proceeded to start looking for a long. My long actually came in at 1329, right around here. What did I see? Dropping down into the 5 second, I saw that this is clearly a good area because it's been more or less the POC of the last 20 odd minutes. And I was only looking for buys at around here. Now, had we gone a bit lower, say around here, I would have started looking for shorts only because I see this guy getting like, or rather these buyers here getting ripped apart. But here we see a lot of selling constantly. Look at these red bubbles, red bubble, but price is grinding its way upwards. So around this point over here, I proceeded to see some red delta come in, but the book was completely bullish. The second I saw this strong wick up, I knew that they were making a run on the highs. I got in around here. That was my buy stop entry. From there, we proceeded to take first take profit right over here. And I trailed the second contract for, mind you, I was in and out throughout this entire area getting chopped around. Trailed the second contract, made myself around another 7 to 8 points, got stopped out somewhere along here, but it did end up running up to value area high. And lo and behold, once it rejected off value area high, it's now coming right back down. That's the best part about auction market theory.